Welcome to The Explainer. In the world of AI, it feels like we've all been watching a pretty incredible magic show. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain and reveal a massive, world-changing shift that's happening right under our noses.
We really have been living in this era of AI magic, haven't we? I mean, we've all been absolutely captivated, watching in awe as these tools create unbelievable prose, stunning art, and complex code, all seemingly out of thin air. It really felt like this limitless digital boom where the only constraint was our own imagination.
So, what happens when that beautiful illusion crashes into hard, cold reality? Because that is exactly what's happening as we speak. This explainer is all about that collision. That moment, the era of infinite digital AI slams headfirst into the very real, very physical limits of our world.
All right, so let's start by unpacking this idea of the AI magic trick. We've been in this kind of amazing honeymoon phase, but you know what? The show is almost over, and the real mechanics behind the illusion are about to be laid bare for everyone to see.
While most of us, analysts included, are still totally obsessed with model benchmarks, arguing over which AI is a few percentage points smarter, the real players, the big ones, they've shifted their focus entirely. They're not looking at the software on the screen anymore. Now, they're looking at the power grid that keeps that screen lit up.
And this brings us to a really critical concept, the architecture of power. That whole chaotic, move fast and break things phase that happens in a digital lab, well, that's over. It's being replaced by something far more permanent, an infrastructure that's literally being built with concrete, silicon, and steel.
And that leads us directly to this fundamental pivot that's happening across the entire industry. And look, this isn't just some minor course correction. It is a complete reorientation from the world of software to the world of silicon.
Just think back a few years ago, right? The AI race was all about software novelty. OpenAI made the first big move, and all the giants had to scramble to catch up. But today, well, intelligence itself is basically becoming a commodity. Now look ahead to 2026, and the terms of victory will have changed completely. The winners won't be defined by who has the cleverest code. They'll be defined by sheer physical dominance. And that is the absolute crucial point. Competitive advantage is no longer found in some abstract algorithm. No, it's found in things you can actually touch, securing massive amounts of power and having a direct private line to the foundry that makes the chips. Just to understand the kind of scale we're talking about, let this number sink in. 500 megawatts. And that's not for a whole company's operations. That's the power required for a single state-of-the-art AI operation. We're talking enough juice to power a small city. And that, right there, is the new price of admission to the game. Now, this pivot to physical infrastructure isn't just some passing trend, it's actively forging a new reality. And as the market solidifies, it's pushing us toward three big, inevitable outcomes that are going to redefine the entire global AI map. These are, quite literally, the new rules of the game.
Okay, so what are they? Well, these three forces are reshaping everything. First, you've got nations building their own AI fortresses. Second, you're seeing companies taking total end-to-end control of their own hardware. And third, the AI itself is evolving from just being a chatbot into a system that doesn't just talk, it acts. Let's break each one down.
Okay, first up, sovereign intelligence. Nations are finally waking up to the fact that AI is the new oil. It's a critical strategic resource. So what are they doing? They're building national AI clusters. Think of them like digital fortresses, closed-loop, state-funded ecosystems designed for one thing: economic survival and national security. The second inevitability? The middleman is disappearing. The true leaders in this space are no longer just buying chips off the shelf. Oh no, they are designing their own custom silicon, they're engineering their own cooling systems, and in some cases, they're even owning their own power plants. The new mantra is simple. If you don't own the stack, you don't own your future, period.
And finally, the technology itself is about to make a huge leap. We're moving way beyond simple chatbots that just answer our questions. The real prize, and is probably arriving around 2026, is the AI agent. These are systems that don't just suggest things, they execute entire complex workflows, all managed by automated systems that operate at a scale and speed no human team could ever dream of matching.
So, with all of this in mind, how do we even measure who's leading in this new era? The old metrics are basically obsolete. We need a completely new yardstick, a whole new equation for what power even means.
The gap between the AI leaders and the followers,
Well, it's not abstract anymore. It's not hidden in lines of code. It's now measured in very real, very tangible assets, megawatts of energy and wafers of silicon. You can literally walk up and count it.
And this brings us to the fundamental question that really captures this entire shift. The conversation is no longer about, hey, what can AI do? The question now is, who has the physical power to keep it running? The era of playful experimentation is over. We are now officially in the age of industrial deployment.
It all boils down to a simple but incredibly powerful new equation for our time. In this new era of AI, the ability to generate megawatts is officially more valuable than the ability to write code. So why does all this matter right now? Because this new global map isn't some possibility in the distant future. It is being drawn today, as we speak. The architecture of power is being built in real time. This great AI consolidation isn't a prediction anymore. It's happening all around us. And by 2026, the bill for that amazing magic trick we've all been enjoying is finally coming due.